Hello, everybody. In this section, you will learn about streaming in Spark. In the previous section on machine learning models, you should have completed an assignment. And if you ran into any difficulties or problems with that assignment, go ahead and take a look at the solution file found in the code bundle. In this video, we will focus on DStreams. DStreams are RDD based. It essentially means discretized or discrete stream, and that's the basic abstraction provided by Spark Streaming. It represents a continuous stream of data, either the input data stream received from source, such as Kafka, or the process data stream generated by transforming the input stream. Internally, a D stream is represented by a continuous series of RDDs, which is Spark's abstraction of an immutable distributed dataset. Now, to get started with DStreams, you need to set up a streaming context. And so this is done with SSC, and you can specify 2-second batches or how many second batches you want. Then you need to do the input, and here our input is a directory because we're using a text file stream in this case. And then from there, you can use like a map operation, and that will return a new D stream. So whatever RDD operations you want to perform, you can perform them on D streams. You can use the for each RDD operation on each batch. And then you can also save as text file. Notice that in all of these operations, this is like the recipe being written down, but no action has been taken. And computation doesn't start until you say ssc.start. It will also await termination, ssc.await termination, where you can specify how long to listen for. So for in this case, timeout equals 3600, that's 1 hour. So let's head over to the Jupyter Notebook and take a look at some code. And we start off as usual with starting up Spark in the notebook. We need to import streaming context. When we create a local streaming context, we need to specify the number of threads, local 2, and the batch interval. So our batch interval is 1 second, and then we use streaming context. Let's execute that. Once that completes, we're now going to create a D stream that will connect to the host name and port. We're going to specify localhost and at port 9999. So this line represents the stream of data that will be received from the data server. In this case, we're going to use a netcat server. So be aware that each record in the D stream is a line of text. Next, we're going to apply flat map on lines, and we're going to do a line dot split on the white space. Flat map is a one-to-many D stream operation that creates a new D stream by generating multiple new records from each record in the source D stream. So in this case, what we're doing is each line will be split into multiple words, and the stream of words is represented as the words D stream. So now we want to do a transformation. We're going to use the map operation, and we're going to do a count. So we're going to do word, comma, 1. So we'll count each, it'll specify 1 for each word. And then to add them all up, to aggregate, we're going to do the reduce by key. Then we're going to print. Now in the terminal, we will need to run a netcat as a data server, and we will use this command, nc.lk9999. So let's go ahead and start the computation with ssc.start. And we need to head over, input some data in this data server. So that is running. Let's go back to the notebook and see if it has performed the necessary. First, it is listening. And then let's see if computation, here we go. So it has computed, there were 4 lines. It's counted up, hello, world, Spark streaming is awesome. Okay, so it has done its job. And then just to stop the netcat server, if you want to go back into the terminal and do a Control-C, and then here, if you want to do the ssc.stop command, you can execute that. So it will take a second. I also wrote the command up here. And then you can also interrupt the kernel right here. You can also restart and clear the output of the kernel. So let's do that. And I do have a second example I want to show you. So for this one, we'll start off as before, importing PySpark, and then we have some other imports as well. This one, stream example, we start the SSC, the streaming context, with 1 second batch, and we want to use a queue of RDDs as a stream. And for testing purposes, for a Spark streaming application, you can create the DStream based off of this queue of RDDs. So let's go ahead and execute that. It'll treat a batch of data in the DStream and process it like a stream. You want to input the stream ssc.queueStream. Now we can perform a map operation, and then we can also do reduce. We want to add. So here we're doing a range of numbers. So let's start the streaming context. And so we should see the calculations being performed. The streaming is completed. And so we go ahead and can stop the streaming context. In this video, we've taken a look at the very basics of DStreams.